Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to Basic Entertainment and welcome to a special spoiler-free review on Marvel Studios' second Disney Plus show, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Before we get into this, I would love for you guys to subscribe. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Give me a like because it does help out the channel. And also to follow me at Basic Entertainment on Instagram. That's at Basic Entertainment if you want more Basic Entertainment. So I'm going to go into my spoiler-free review on the show. No deep spoilers. Just going to talk about as a critic and as a fan of Marvel, studios and the MCU and all that stuff, comic books. Marvel Studios' Falcon and Winter Soldier is a nice addition to the collection of the universe that has been built, of course, with the 23 movies in, and of course now Marvel Studios stepping their toes into television. And I still feel like this show, one of the major critiques is that it still feels like Disney Plus is still new to Marvel Studios, and they're still getting used to it. But that doesn't say that this show kicks ass, because this show kicks ass. I mean, it's going back to, kind of like that grounded nature that movies like Captain America Winter Soldier or Captain America Civil War, mainly the Captain America, Black Panther, some of those kind of grounded tone movies. It goes back to that tone, and I think it does a great job. Very realistic, is very grounded when it comes to their action, their perspectives, and kind of like the way how they see the world of this big giant universe. You deal with characters like Sam Wilson's Falcon, who's just a military guy. He's just a good man. And you got Winter Soldier, who deals with PTSD and such sorts. So if I gotta talk about the characters real quick, each are two main stars. I think going in here, looking at these two Captain America sidekicks, I think they do a good job of making them their own man, especially Sam Wilson. By the end of the show, you're gonna be like, this guy is, not to spoil it, but this guy is his own guy, and they do a great job of passing on that legacy that Captain America brought in the MCU. And of course, you guys saw in the Endgame how he passes on the shield, and Falcon, they kind of deal with that. He has his own arc where he has to deal with that pressure and deal with that legacy getting passed on, and it gets scrambled into a lot of things as such. Bucky, wasn't a fan of Bucky Barnes. I was a fan of Winter Soldier, don't get me wrong. Winter Soldier, when he's in Winter Soldier mode, of course, being brainwashed and Hydra and all that stuff, he's awesome. But when it came to Bucky Barnes, I feel like there was a lot of lacklustering stuff. They didn't deal with any of that. Of course, the trauma he dealt with being in the Winter Soldier program, and I think they do a great job of studying his character much more, and he has a character arc, and I think it's really good, and it makes me feel for the guy. The acting in here is great. Sebastian Stan does a great job. Sam Wilson, Anthony Mackie is charismatic. He lifts up the room, and he does deliver some great heroic moments by the end of the show. And there's a guy in here named Wyatt Russell, the son of Kurt Russell, who's playing John Walker, and I think he's the standout in the entire show. He is the most kind of edge of your seat, what's it gonna do next, and he's very compelling. He's very kind of like, you feel for the guy, but you kind of understand what he does in this show is kind of like, was it right for him to do, not to spoil it or anything of sorts. But he was great. He was awesome in the show, and of course I think he's the standout. You get some other characters in here, such as Baron Zemo, Sharon Carter. They're all great. They all do their roles very fine. But you get this Carly character, where I'm blanking on the actress plays her name, and then she does a good job. But I think Marvel Studios does have somewhat of an antagonist or villain issue. They've been fixing it in recent movies and recent stuff. In recent movies, they've been fixing that issue. But I think here they're kind of weak. These characters called the Flag Smashers are kind of weak. I understand their motives, but I just feel like this show kind of dealt with some reshoots, rescheduling, production shifting, of course, due to the pandemic. So you kind of feel it by the end of the episode, and you kind of feel like stuff was cut out to really understand them. But I just still feel like they were a weak part of the show. They really didn't. I just didn't care for them. You got so much other characters out here, and they were just the weakest link of the entire show. But yeah, man, and also too, coming in here as a big Captain America fan, I feel like they do put some respect on the shield. They do put some respect on the shield. What they do is something awesome with Sam Wilson and John Walker, and it makes you, going in here is kind of like, okay, Sam Wilson, he's gonna get this shield, he's gonna carry on the legacy. So it's kind of like, can we really see it? As a big Steve Rogers Captain America fan, they do something with John Walker that makes you kind of be like, Wow, Kevin Feige is at it again with his nice producing, making you fall in love with these characters, because that's what the MC is all about. It's all about making you, care for these characters, feel inspired. And this show is very inspiring. I feel like when it goes on with Sam Wilson's arc, this is an awesome show. I just feel like this is this type of stuff that I like, and it's cinematic. It looks beautiful. I mean, the color grading, the cinematography, it's awesome. It's brutal. This show is very violent. It's the most violent it gets in the MCU. There's nothing much more I can say about this show without spoiling it. So if you guys want to see my spoiler, I have a entire playlist of spoiler reviews on each of the episodes, but you guys can follow on my spoiler series review this Monday live here on this channel. So that's what I can give about it without spoiling, man. It's a good show. It is a nice addition to Phase 4, and I am excited to see where they take these characters next. So that's always a plus when you're excited to see what's the next project. But if I have to give a grade for Falcon and Winter Soldier, I will give it A minus. A minus for Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's the highest grade so far in the Phase 4, and I'm really digging Phase 4 so far. Yeah, WandaVision was kind of executed poorly, but it still had a voice. It still had some creativeness to it, and it didn't feel very much like an MCU product before. This one too feels very MCU, but it's that MCU that I like. Excited to see more of these projects, and I think Marvel's still keeping on pulling the punches and putting it out there that they still have a lot in the tank left. So we'll see what they do. But if you guys enjoyed this review, give me a like, and of course, give me in the comments what's your thoughts on the Falcon and Winter Soldier as a series as a whole while spoiling it. And of course, if this is your first time here on Basic Entertainment, go ahead and subscribe to the boy Matthew right here, and follow me at Basic Entertainment on Instagram if you want more Basic Entertainment. I'm Matt from Basic Entertainment. I will see you guys soon. I'm out. Late.